I'm Horry Parsons, and I work for the main contractor on the Millennium Project at St Edmundsbury Cathedral here in Bury St Edmunds. The Millennium contract was building the tower and various other aspects. It meant a lot to me to be on this particular project for a number of reasons. One of them was that I'm Suffolk born and bred. Can you think of anything better to have built really to lift people's spirits in the future, and in fact already doing so.
Well, in 2000 the county was hit by swine fever, and that was really devastating, because one of the problems is if you were a contact you couldn't move your pigs for sale, and of course you can't say to pigs please don't have any babies. And Richard Addington, who was a retired priest, who was a very sick man, he didn't have long to live after this, rang me up and said, is there going to be some sort of fund? And I said, well, I haven't heard of one, Richard. So he said, well, I think we ought to start one. Well, I suppose in this diocese, the legacy has been that some farmers who just weren't too enthusiastic about the church have actually said what the church did for us at that time has made me feel very differently.
We're in All Hallows Church on the Gainsborough estate in the far east end of Ipswich, standing in the heart of its community. And we're not in a church that's 1,000 years old, but it was actually built in 1938 and finished in 1939. Built for this community, built as part of it, built of brick just the same as the houses are. Since All Hallows was built over 70 years ago, it stood as a wonderful witness to the presence of God in the heart of this very special community in Ipswich. Here people have said their prayers, here people have celebrated the Holy Eucharist, here God has been real to them. They love it, they care for it, they still use it. It's still a real advert for Christ in this place, and hopefully it will continue to be for many, many years to come.
I started here at Bures because this is more or less the site, so it's said, of where King Edmund was crowned king. And St Edmund, you know, in this diocese of all dioceses that bears his name, it's got to be an important figure. I thought that's not quite symbolic, so that's where we started, and that's where we are now, come back 25 years later. It was a wonderful experience, and I'd been here 3 years, so I was still quite a new boy, really. And I wanted it, we were celebrating the 75th anniversary of the diocese, so it's 25 years ago. And there was a great fun day at in the Abbey Gardens in Bury St Edmunds. But I decided I wanted to sort of beat the bounds round the diocese, you know, to express, well, to build a cordon of love, really, is what it was about. After about day 3, I was really worried if I was going to manage to fulfill it, but it was perfectly all right, largely because of the conversations and the friends and everybody, and the miles just disappeared. It was a great experience for me. I wish I could do it again.